Hi, it's Cammy. Charlie talks football.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. Today I just wanted to update you on some more news regarding who Newcastle might sign in the summer and how our budget might change depending on whether we get Champions League or European football. So guys, let's get into it. Now, a few days ago, Luke Edwards posted an exclusive article saying that Newcastle are going to try and sign 4 elite players in the summer if they get Champions League football, as well as putting a list on some of the players. I'll just put it on the screen now. So some of the players being mentioned is Moses Caicedo, Moussa Diaby, Declan Rice, Scott McTominay, the Napoli guy, because I can't pronounce his name. Not Osimhen,
Cavani, Georgian guy, yeah.
Osimhen. Just what are your thoughts? Because obviously these are fantastic players, and do you think that if Newcastle do get in the Champions League, we will drastically start spending?
I think we will bring in better quality players if we qualify for the Champions League, because Howe's already touched on it. I think he did a press conference a couple of weeks ago where he said our transfer activity in the summer will be dependent on where we finish in the league. Yeah. So if we finish for the Champions League, which will be if we end up in that position, that's probably ahead of schedule, what they wouldn't have planned for. So they will have to change their plans and try and bring in a better quality player.
Plus, I just want to touch on that. Obviously, when you're playing Champions League games, it means you're playing more football, so we will need a bigger squad. So if we do qualify for the Champions League, I expect Newcastle to make massive changes to the squad, because we don't just need players who can come in and impact in the first team, like Eddie Howe said. We also need players to help the squad, because with the squad we've got now, going into the Champions League, if we don't invest, it's not a big enough squad, especially when you've got them Champions League games. And the budget will also be changed depending on where we're finished, Eddie Howe said. So I think if we would be in the Champions League, we would have a bigger budget, and we'll try and sign really quality players, whereas if we were in the Europa League, we probably wouldn't spend as much money, and the players we would look for would probably change. But it's really exciting times.
It's exciting because it's a real possibility, and who would have thought that at the start of the season? So I think the players that you've mentioned, I think there's some really good quality players in there.
Caicedo's brilliant.
Caicedo's brilliant. I mean,
Diaby,
Declan Rice, players like that, all players who would improve with team. Caicedo from Ecuador, who, there's some really good players coming out of Ecuador at the minute, and he would be really a fantastic signing for the team, as would Declan Rice, in my opinion. I like him. He works really hard. He's a leader. He presses the ball. He's hungry. He wants to win. He's aggressive, and he'd be great.
I just want to ask you, what positions do you think Newcastle need to prioritise in the summer? Do you think there's any certain positions you would go for?
Definitely. So we definitely need another striker and a quality striker. So whether we could attract Osimhen, I mean, he would be fantastic for us. It looks like Napoli's going to win the Serie A in Italy, and they'll be in the Champions League again. They're currently in the Champions League at the minute, and I think he will play tonight for them, returning from injury. But he would be phenomenal for us. He'd be really great. He's strong, physical, aggressive. I think we need a left back.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think Kieran Tierney from Arsenal would be a perfect left back as well. Someone who's sort of struggling for game time because they brought in Zinchenko, and he knows the Premier League. He's Premier League proven. I think he would be a brilliant signer.
He would be, I agree.
And I think we do also need a winger. I know Almiron's been on brilliant form, but he does get injured quite a lot, and I think we just need someone else like a Diaby or Maddison to come in. I mean, the guy from Napoli, Kvaratskhelia, I've probably completely messed up his name there, but he would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think he only joined Napoli last summer, and he's already been linked with some of the biggest
I've
clubs
seen him
in
play
the
a couple
world.
of games, and he's direct. He can dribble. He can run with the ball. And a good thing about him, he gets his head up, because a lot of people who dribble with the ball have their head down to the ground. So he'd be great. But I think Madison also would be a fantastic sign. We've said that for months and months. He would be really good.
I think if he doesn't come now in the summer, a lot of fans would be disappointed based on, we've been linked with him continuously now for the last few months. But I just want to ask you about SaintMaximin, because there's been a lot of speculation around him that the club, he wants a new contract, but apparently the club have refused to give him a new contract, stating that giving players like Bruno a new contract is more important. But in terms of him, what do you think his future is at Newcastle?
It's a tough one, because I think he's had quite a few injuries. On his day, he's brilliant. I do think he's improved under Howe. But it depends, I think, who we bring in. So if we can bring in like someone like Diaby, or he might let him go. He might let him go.
It would be a real shame if we did let him go, because when we had Steve Bruce as the manager, we used to play boring football. He was only sort of one of the most exciting players in the team, because he got the fans off the seat with his skills and dribbling. So it would be a shame, but I think if the right offer comes in, we'll have to sell him. And especially with financial fair play rules getting stricter and stricter. But I think most of our main players will stay, like Isaac, Botman, Bruno. I doubt any of them players will leave, but the players with sort of who I think could leave, I would say, is Maxi. I also actually think Target, because it seems there's been a lot of reports saying he's frustrated. So I actually think Newcastle could look to let him go as well.
I also think we need another centre half. Now, I know we've got the best defence in the league.
I totally agree.
If you had, I know we've got Dan Burn as a backup. He's currently playing left back, obviously, and I know we've got Lascelles. But if we really want to improve as a team, we need another better quality
I think we
centre-half.
need a bit of a younger centre back to sort of play alongside Botman. I don't want to give you guys any recommendations, because we haven't really been linked to that many centre backs, but I think that's an area that we'll maybe try and go. A midfielder as well, maybe like a Casado from Brighton would
Madison
be
plays,
fantastic.
in midfield as well.
Madison as well would be brilliant. Now, I just want to ask you about Shaka Hislop, Dad, because he's obviously been on the channel before. I did a short on him, but he's been speaking because he's been on ESPN, and he's basically been saying that Newcastle would consider selling Bruno. He thinks that they would sell Bruno if a big offer comes in. Now, personally, I do disagree with you a bit, Shaka, there. I think we'll probably look to sell other players like SaintMaximin, but I think Bruno's too important to sell, and I think even if a club offered big money for him, I don't think we would be tempted to sell.
For me, he is the heartbeat of the team in the middle there. He makes things tick. He loves the fans love him, so it would be crazy to sell him. It would be crazy, and I don't think Newcastle would do that. They want to keep him, and I think he wants to stay, so I don't think that'll happen.
Now, I just want to ask you, what do you think the score's going to be against Tottenham?
It's going to be a really tough game, because they've got some great players there. They've obviously got Harry Kane and Son, and they're a talented team. But I think if we play it to the best of our ability, we'll win the game. I think it'll be close, so it might be by 1-0 or 2-1.
Depends what Tottenham turns up as well, because they've been really inconsistent all season, and they still don't have a proper manager as well. So I think we can sort of take
when we're at home as well. It gives them an advantage with the crowd.
I think we've got a fantastic home record this season, and we need to bounce back after that disappointing result, because it was so frustrating. But anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed that video. I will be doing another video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And anyway, guys, hit the like button if you enjoy. Make sure to subscribe. Let's keep pushing to 500 subscribers, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.